Hello to all my dear students. So today we are going to just learn about lasers in eye. What are the important lasers, what are their names and what are their applications. So it's going to be a very short discussion. We will write in a flow chart manner about main lasers, the important ones, that is what we are discussing. What are the important lasers used in eye? Okay, so give the heading lasers in eye. We divide lasers in eye broadly into three types according to the mechanism. First is photodisruptive laser. Hope you are writing. Photodisruptive laser. Second type, photocoagulative laser. Photocoagulative. And third is photoablative laser. Photoablative laser. Now when you say photodisruptive, it means it's a cutting laser, forms hole here. Okay. So the name is Nd:YAG. The first name that we will learn in photodisruptive is Nd:YAG. We all know Nd:YAG is used for cutting and making hole. So what are the indications of Nd:YAG? Let's think together by making this diagram. One, we have learned in our lens chapter about cutting the posterior capsule. What do you call that? Posterior capsulotomy. So one application is laser posterior capsulotomy. Easy. Through Nd:YAG. Where else? If I put on the cornea, there will be corneal hole formation. We don't want that. Corneal perforation. No, we don't want that. If I am going to apply it on the retina, there will be retinal hole. I don't want that either. So the only other indication which I can think of, let us try to make a hole in the peripheral iris. Okay, so this is what is called peripheral iridotomy. Peripheral iridotomy. We use in angle closure glaucoma. We don't call it iridectomy. Dectomy is done surgically. Dotomy is done through the laser. In short, we write it as PI. These are the two main indications. Of course, you're going to learn one more for the malignant glaucoma about anterior hyalodotomy. We'll talk about that later. And this time, at this point, let us learn two major indications of Nd:YAG, posterior capsulotomy and peripheral iridotomy. Come to the second one. The second photodisruptive that you have to learn is femtolaser. We are still on photodisruptive lasers, okay? So, femtolaser. Femtolaser, what are the applications? What is the use? We all know about cataract surgery. So, it is used in cataract surgery for making the capsular excess, for the lens fragmentation and so on. And second, it is used in refractive surgery. Right? A little bit, let us talk about where and how we are using in refractive surgery. I'm going to take the details in the optics chapter. But refractive surgery, main indication, okay, what is the basis? The basis of all these refractive surgery, especially the laser-assisted ones, is to alter the curvature of cornea. What is that called? Keratomyolysis. So we all know, no? More the curvature, more is the refractive power. That more refractive power is myopia, correct? Now think yourself. So if my patient is already a myope, I do not want more curvature. I would like to flatten his central cornea. If I am treating a hypermetropia, I will bulge the center cornea. So this altering of curvature according to the need of the patient, this is called keratomyolysis. And which is the most commonest surgery that we are doing? I am going to talk about different types of surgery when I take refractive surgery in your optics. As of now, I am talking about LASIK surgery here. We all know in LASIK we raise a flap of the cornea, put the razor on the stromal bed, put the corneal flap back. This is what the basic of LASIK is, right? This is how we are altering the corneal curvature. So, coming back to application of femtolaser. In LASIK surgery, femto is mainly used to raise the flap, okay? So, raised flap can be done by microkeratome or it can be done by femtolaser. Second application of femto is the latest refractive surgery which does not require any flap. It's a flapless surgery, okay? So we are spared of all the flap related complications. So this is called SMILE procedure. So in SMILE procedure, what we are doing, focusing the laser directly, which laser? Femtolaser, directly on the stroma, cutting a piece of the stroma according to our requirement, make a small incision and take out that piece. So this is what is SMILE. It stands for small incision lenticule extraction. It is small incision lenticule extraction. So this is the application of femtolaser in refractive surgeries. This was about your photodisruptive. Come back to the next type, photocoagulative laser. So photocoagulative, what can be the application? One is on the, okay, let's draw a diagram to understand. One application on the trabecular meshwork, we call it trabeculoplasty, right? Mainly, where is the problem in trabecular meshwork is in which condition? Open angle glaucoma. So we do trabeculoplasty can be done. So wherever I am using the word plasty, I mean I am using photocoagulative laser. Correct? So this is one application. Second application of photocoagulative is on the retina. So write down the second is vascular diseases of retina. This is the second application of photocoagulative lasers. What are the names? The names, write down below. What are the names of photocoagulative lasers? We will write down argon, number 1. Second, write down diode. And third, write down double frequency NDR. Double frequency NDR. So argon, diode and double frequency NDR. So when you say double frequency, the wavelength is half of the NDR. So keep that in mind. Simple NDR means photodisruptive. When I am saying double frequency, it becomes photocoagulative. Okay? Okay. Third type kya tha? Photoablative. When you say photoablative, we are talking about excimer lasers. So eximers are of many types. Xenon fluoride, argon fluoride. What are we using in the eye? We are going to answer argon fluoride. Correct? And what is the indication? Of course, we know refractive surgery. LASIK is done by excimer, argon fluoride. Other refractive surgeries which are laser assisted, all are done by excimer. Except of course when I am talking about femtolaser, where we are doing a absolutely different procedure, that is SMILE procedure. Once you know about the broad categories of the lasers which we use, what are the important ones, what are the names and application, your exam question, what is the wavelength of the laser used in LASIK surgery? This was your exam question. We are going to make a Q and learn here now. So wavelength of argon fluoride was asked like this. We will answer. This is 193 nm, nanometers. So please learn with me. It is 193 nanometers. Okay, what is that? So we have to learn the wavelengths of all the lasers now. What about Nd:YAG? It is an infrared range. It is 1064 nm. 1064 nm. Femtolaser, very easy to learn. 1054 or in some sources and books 53, both are considered correct. 1054 or 53 nanometers. It's easy now. 1064, this is 1054. Both are in infrared range. Now talking about photocoagulative. Photocoagulative lasers, argon is 514 nm. Diode is a long range from 780 nanometers to 850 nanometers. Can we learn this? And double frequency means a wavelength half of 1064, that is 532 nm. Okay, so this is the broad outlook that we are going to keep this in mind. Now let us see the slides. So what are you looking at here? So the laser is being applied on the peripheral iris. So we are looking at peripheral iridotomy and the laser that is used here is Nd:YAG. See, this is the peripheral iridotomy by Nd:YAG, correct? Okay, so look at this one. What are you looking at is a posterior capsule which is opacified. I can see all these Elschnig pearls. And here we have cut the central part through the Nd:YAG. So you are looking at Nd:YAG posterior capsulotomy. We are looking at Nd:YAG posterior capsulotomy. Coming to the next, what is this? So here the capsule is being cut in such a pre-cut almost with the laser. We are looking at femtolaser CCC and how easily then it can be removed surgically, right? So this is the femtolaser guided CCC, which is absolutely very predictable. What is CCC? Everybody knows. Continuous curvilinear capsular access. I'm talking about anterior capsulotomy. And this is what we were talking about, how we raise a flap of the cornea, apply the laser on the rest of the corneal stroma, and then put the flap back. This is LASIK. Raising of the flap, as I said, can be through microkeratome or through the femtolaser. Here what we are trying to understand is how the laser is applied on the trabecular meshwork. These are the laser spots on the TM. Through the lens, how it is focused into the TM. Right? Okay. And what are you looking out here? So this is the laser beam focused where? On the retina for photocoagulative procedures. So we are talking about retinal photocoagulation. We do it in all the vascular diseases of retina, commonest of course being diabetic retinopathy, it can be CRVO, sickle cell, etc. We'll talk about it in the retina chapter. And again, if you want to understand the LASIK part in this way, in this diagram, this is the flap. This is how we are applying the laser to the rest of the retina, laser sculpting, and how the flap is again returned back to its position. Right? Okay. Now what you are looking at here is, can you see this? A piece of lenticule is nothing but a piece of the corneal stroma which has been cut by the femtolaser, and how it is being removed. So this is SMILE procedure, where the step 1 is to create a lenticule by the laser, cut the piece. Second, remove the lenticule, and third, impairment is corrected. Okay, so this is a broad idea about lasers in eye. If you just learn it, it will be very easy for you to quickly grasp the whole flow chart. So write it in a nice flow chart manner only, please. I hope you have written along with me. Okay, so thank you so much. It is going to really help you in the further chapters. And please remember to learn the wavelengths also. Thank you. Thank you so much. Stay blessed.